Yeah, the camera, my camera ran out of space, but you were saying that it gives you a new relationship with food, the fasting.
Yeah, like if you're having trouble overeating or whatever, it'll show you that like you can wait and you can, you don't need it right then and there, and you truly enjoy every bit of food you eat after your juice feast, and you have genuine appreciation for the nourishment that it's giving you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And how about being raw? What's the benefits and struggles that you've experienced?
Oh, well, when I first started, it was really hard the cravings were really intense for cooked foods. And I just stuffed myself with the raw foods so that I wouldn't be tempted to eat anything else. And that wasn't really hard because raw foods are actually really filling. But as of lately, I've been very clean, only eating like simple mono meals when I can, or just meals of fruit. And I've been feeling so light and so, my digestion is on point. So it's like the food is in and out.
Yeah, that's what I've found. The best part is for me is that nothing really stays in me for more than not even a day, and
Yeah.
you can just, as John Rose would say, it's a fast moving sewage system.
Yeah.
But and like one of the things I've experienced is just, even though there's so few raw foodists out there, there is this very tight knit community, even if it's not all physically together yet. Right now, a lot of it's online, but everybody's traveling to find each other, and like we do the potlucks once a month, and that's kind of how a lot of us found each other. Mateo and I met through animal rights activism, but Dylan came out to our raw food potluck, and more people are coming out. Like last night we had a lot of people from out of town. I mean, Dylan's from New York, and we had Bobby Buns from Raw Food City, Trish and Todd Baker from Juicing Mama, and it's
Jacob Mysek from Toronto.
That's right, Jacob. That was amazing because I was watching his content when I was doing my 90-day juice feast because I needed inspiration. But Mateo, you said you've been just sort of running into people like randomly recently that are into raw foods or are raw foodists, like kind of coming out of the woodwork. It's a weird synchronicity, right?
Yeah, definitely. Just I feel like the vibe that you put out, especially with the raw foods, it's just you're intaking more pure vibrations that haven't been denatured through cooking or dehydrating. Everything's already structured, so the vibration you put out is so much more coherent if you can stick to it, and if you can add to your practice, your daily life practice, the vibe that you're just emanating is so attractive, and it'll be more attractive to people that are already kind of on that path with you, whether they're vegans or raw or not. Something about just walking around with that energy connects you with other people. So I recently ran into another dude that said he's raw vegan. He's been raw vegan for like 4 years. I met him at Haymarket. I saw him again at Haymarket. I hadn't seen him in like 3.5 years, and it was just like, boom. We locked eyes, and it's like, dude's the man. And then there's this old dude, my man Jack Murphy is the man. And, I'm just walking outside the Chinese food store, and I'm eating my fruits. I'm looking for a place to sit. The guy goes, come on over here, have a seat right next to me, So I'm like, all right, yeah, you want some
just
some
like
fruit?
randomly out of the blue,
out of nowhere. You want some longans? You want some mangoes? You cut up mangoes. So, and then he's like, so what are you, a fruitarian or something?
By the way, we're in Boston, just the accent.
And this dude he's watched more hours of YouTube video than I've been alive, and this guy knows all the YouTube people. He started sending me all these videos. He's into iridology. He started looking at my eyes and seeing where I had certain deposits, and man, that was just like out of nowhere. It's like this person could be, people in Boston, we don't usually trust people, but it's like something about, I just feel the vibe of the people, and I'm open to it. And so now Jack's my boy. He's the man. He's gonna be on the raw food journey too. And so yeah, it's pretty wild, like the connections you've made. You can make through this journey, especially if you're open to it.
Yeah.
It's like you got to be open to it. You got to emanate that energy, but also be open to receiving it.
And I think there's something to be said for the conviction, aspect, when people see that you are really serious about it, that you don't waver, and you're not gonna just go eat, a grilled veggie burger or something. And I mean, for good reason. Like, for me personally, it's because I realized that at this point, that actually makes me sick. I can literally turn certain symptoms on and off with, going from raw to cooked back to raw, so that's for me. Some people, I think, can haven't damaged their body to the point where they can't handle the abuse anymore. I think at my case, it's just that my body's telling me, like, look, we need to be clean from now on. We're not going to put up with it anymore. So, and then in terms of the synchronicities and the people you meet and the things you experience, I'm willing to bet that a lot of that does have to do with biophotonics, and you should definitely look into biophotonics if you haven't heard of it before. All living organisms are on this light grid, the biophotonic light grid. It's coherent sunlight energy that's stored in the nucleus of all living cells. And, I'm actually going to be doing a paper on it for my biology class. And I'm sure that they're going to find that the more raw food you eat, the higher your levels of biophotons are. And Dr. Gabriel Cousens says that he's done research to prove that already. I haven't seen the research yet. I've heard him mention it. I would like to talk to him. I'd like to find out more about where I can read this research. But from the little bit of peer-reviewed data that's been put out there about biophotonics, it seems like there's a very strong connection. So definitely look into that, and check out Dylan's channel. Just Eat Nature. He's got some great content. Check out Mateo. Tell him about your chocolate business, your coffee business.
Yes, I've been working in Peru, working with farmers for the past 5 or 6 years, traveling around, and started a company a few years back importing stuff from the farmers. And now I'm kind of taking it to the next level, and I'm going to start making my own chocolates. Maybe working with herbs, so basically combining the herbal medicine in the chocolate, because the chocolate is an amazing delivery system. It's got theobromine, which is a vasodilator. It opens up the blood vessels and allows herbal medicine to then be accepted by the body a lot better. So if you think about that theobromine, vasodilator opens up your blood vessels, and then you pour in, milk powder and processed bleached cane sugar and soy lecithin, like that's what your body's getting. But you open up the blood vessels and you put in chaga, reishi, cordyceps, lion's mane, tulsi, ashwagandha, whatever your super foods are, and what are your super herbal medicines that your body, they can help your body's natural systems and natural functioning. Then that's what we're going to combine with the herbs, with the chocolate. And that's kind of my vision here. We're going to be making some raw vegan drinks with the chocolate, some raw vegan bars, and a bunch of different delicious stuff.
And yeah, actually, we went the other day to an organic farm here in Massachusetts to pick up a bunch of herbs. And when we were on that farm, it turned out I had actually known the farmer from like 20 years ago, which was cool. Mike, and I actually was one of his students on an organic farm program, and he was really cool. He let us eat some vegetables, try some of the real organic vegetables, and what you'll find out when you eat real organic food, fresh right out of the ground, that you know whatever they're telling you is organic in the grocery store, it just isn't. You know, you just can taste the difference. The spinach actually tasted like it was sautéed in butter or olive oil or something, like, but it was raw. You know, it's incredible.
Just to know that produce was never put on a truck and then brought to a warehouse and then brought to another warehouse and then put on another truck and then scanned with barcodes and stuff. It's just right there out of the ground. That's
fast food.
That's fast food, right? And you can actually get all your B12 by eating organic food right from the garden. You don't need to take a supplement if that's how you're if that's how you're eating all the time. Although for everyone living, in the city in the 21st century, I would say B12 supplements absolutely essential. So.
We live in a sterilized world, so we don't have those microbes and everything around us. But yeah, if you eat the food right from the garden, even if your hands are in the soil, you're breathing it in. That's all positive, beneficial microbiome material.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to work in the dirt, and it can do a lot for your mental health too. I'm really sweating here. We're in the sauna right now, and it's like 140 degrees at least in here. So we're gonna get ready to close this out. But Dylan, I just do another shout out for your channel, and just tell them a little bit about what you do. In terms of the healing modalities and the coaching you do.
Yeah, well, my channel is called Eat Fruit Now, and you can see all my videos on there. My mission is just to stop the suffering of the world, and we can do this by eating raw fruits and vegetables. I do raw vegan coaching, and I write ebooks, and I have a couple free ebooks out so you can get some recipes, because the most common question I hear is like, what do you eat in a day, and people don't know what to eat. So I have a bunch of simple, clean recipes that you can whip up in less than 5 minutes and take to work with you and make it easy. So, yeah.
And that's great because, I even though it may seem like I love to cook, because I do spend a lot of time in the kitchen, often I would much rather just sit down to a bowl of fruit, and if you can get creative with that, as you find out that you can, if you read and if you watch his content, then it makes it a lot more interesting. So yeah, definitely. So check out look into biophotonics. Start eating some raw food. Go to your local organic farm. Stop going to the grocery store. Outside of every major city, there's probably a bunch of organic farms. You can find them. You just gotta do a little research online, and they're there, and they'll do what's it called, sharing.
Yeah, there's CSAs, but you could basically buy a share of the farm's production, and every week they'll send you, or you can come pick up fruits and veggies. What do they got?
It's beautiful. And it's much better to support